Hey fam, welcome back for my new viewers. Hey, thank you for viewing and connecting. My name is Elle. Today is April 19th, and we are in the energy of our second full moon in the sign of Libra. We experienced our first full moon in the sign of Libra in March. I believe it was March 20th, maybe March 21st, depending on where you are in the world of this year, 2019, and the first full moon that we experienced in Libra in March was also fell in alignment with the energy of the equinox that we experienced in March. So that energy was very significant. I'm sorry if you hear barking in the background. I have two hellhounds. I'm so lucky to have these dogs. Anyway, yeah, so that if you hear barking, that's my dogs barking in the back. So I was doing a little tidying up and I started to receive messages about these two full moons. And I thought to myself, what better opportunity to connect with you all than to share these messages that I have been receiving today regarding these two full moons, how they relate to each other, and how we could align with the energy as well as the energy of Aries that we are in right now. We're in Aries season. Yay, Aries. To help us to move forward on our journey. So this is what I have been receiving. And I'm going to start off with explaining, the energy of the moon, blah, 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 so that you could really understand what's going on here and the messages that I have been receiving and how it all ties in together and how I see things and whatever. We're going to get to it. So here we go. So the moon represents our intuition, our dreams. It represents how we are animated. It represents our deepest needs and wants. And it also represents us knowing things, but not exactly knowing where we receive the information to know these things, and come to find out that the things that we know are correct, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure that you do. The moon also represents things that make us feel comfortable and secure within this journey that we're taking on Earth. So, and it also represents the things that we might not necessarily want to admit to ourselves and or other people about ourselves and about our wants, needs, and desires. So when we are experiencing a new moon, a full moon, what happens is the sun is behind the earth and the moon is in front of the earth, and the light from the sun is shining, and we are able to see the side of the moon that the light is shining on, and it illuminates in the sky, and from our view it looks like it is full, hence the full moon. During the full moon, what happens is the sign that the moon is in enhances the characteristics of that zodiac sign. So since we experienced a full moon in the sign of Libra, the energy of the full moon, which is our dreams, our wants, our desires, our needs, our intuition, what animates us, what makes us feel safe and secure while we are on our journey, enhances the characteristics and the energy of the zodiac sign, which is Libra. And Libra is about balance. It's about equality. My dog is crying right now. She hears the other dog outside, and it's not balanced right now with her. Get it right? So Libra represents balance, the finer things in life, luxury, what we desire to have that balance in our life, whether it be materialistic things, spiritual things, emotional things, whatever it is that we need to find some type of equilibrium and harmony and balance within our lives. This is what Libra represents, as well as diplomacy, as well as being able to see more than one side of a situation and more than one side of a challenge, so that you could have a more well-rounded or wider view of the situation, so that you can figure out how to find balance and harmony within the situation. So that's the energy of Libra, and the full moon will enhance that energy. So if you combine the energy of the full moon and the energy of and the characteristics of Libra, what you will get is the energy of using your intuition to discover what it is that will help you to provide some balance and harmony and harmonization within your life in any area of your life, whether it be health, whether it be finances, whether it be the luxuries and the pleasures that you find in life. Um, the full moon in Libra will shine the light on you being able to tap into your intuitive abilities so that you are able to intuit from the universe, to intuit from your higher self, to intuit from Christ consciousness, or to intuit from whatever divine beings that you connect with, so that you will be able to connect with that energy of figuring out how to find balance and harmony within your life. The full moon in Libra may also make you feel like you need to really take a step back and look at what it is in your life that you may feel you need to find balance, or what it is that you desire that you're not getting enough of, or what it is that you desire that you're doing way too much of and not enough of something else. So this is the kind of energy that you may be feeling during, that you may have felt during the first full moon in Libra that we experience. And then on top of that, we experience the energy of the equinox. And the equinox is a energetically, the equinox represents a period of time whereby the hours of night and the hours of day are equal, and there's a couple of moments within this 24-hour period whereby everything is neutral, like everything, you're right in between the night and the day, and that gives you the opportunity to rest for a minute and to review, to realign, to rethink, to reanalyze. And given that opportunity, along with the full moon in Libra, that gave you the opportunity to be still with yourself for some time and think about pleasures, your desires, your wants, your needs, and how you can balance all of this stuff into your daily life. How are you working out too much and you're neglecting maybe the time that you spend with your family? Are you spending too much money on eating out and you realize that your bank account is suffering from it, and you're gaining too much weight? Things like that. The energy in the full moon, especially with the energy of the equinox that we experienced in March, may have been some of the things that you have experienced, but that was just an example of how the energy may have affected you. So now that today, April 19th, we are experiencing the second full moon in Libra. And the first full moon in Libra that we experienced was in the sign of, it was just at the end of the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and that represents like the completion, that represents bridging the gap between heaven and earth, that represents like the median in between spiritual and materialistic, being able to transverse both of them with ease, being able to see it. Pisces also represents, like I said, the completion of something, the ending of an era and the beginning of a new era, which is the new era. Which is the new era in Aries, which we are in Aries season now. So this full moon, now remember what the full moon in Libra represents. Now we are in the energy of Aries season, and Aries represents movement. It represents taking those ideas and taking those thoughts and taking those plans and taking those intentions and putting some action behind it. Aries is about, it makes you feel like you got some fire underneath your feet and you need to start moving. So now with this full moon in the sign of Libra, which may make you feel like, you're thinking about, what is it that I desire? What is it that will bring me more pleasure in areas of my life that will make me feel balanced? What is it that I need to hold back on a little, or stop doing as much as, so I could start doing something else and I'll find more balance and harmony within my life? Also, with regards to your emotions, what emotions are you holding on to that do not serve you any purpose, and what emotions do you need to start focusing on more and start aligning yourself more with, so that you will find that balance within yourself emotionally with regards to all of the situations that you face within your daily life, with all relationships that you have. So it's things like that. And because we're in the season of Aries, you will be more motivated to do this type of work and to put some action behind getting this balance, or moving towards these desires, or moving towards feeling more pleasure, or moving towards having that balance within your life that you're seeking. So when we were in Pisces, it was more the idea, the thinking, the intuition, the dreams, the feeling, the knowing of what it is that we wanted. Like the daydreaming, the planting the seeds of the bringing the ideas down from from our higher self into the denser form, so that when we got into the Aries season, which we're in now, we could take those energies and align with them, so that we can create and manifest that energy into something that is more tangible on this materialistic, dense level that we're on now. So Aries will give us that energy, that fire that we need to take those ideas that we had, those seeds that we planted in March with regards to the full moon in Libra. Now that we've planted these seeds, now we could use this energy that we have, this fire that we have, to manifest what it is, to move towards what it is that we desire, move towards that balance and that equilibrium and that harmonization within our life. So that was like the main message that I received before I connected with you all. Also, another message that I received dealt more with, like, I want to say religious aspect of it, but also connected to the spiritual aspect. And that message was, during the equinox was the stillness. And the stillness correlates to the time period, the 3 days in Christianity that, Jesus was just, everything was still, because Jesus had been crucified and died. And then he rested, and then on the 3 days after, he rose again. And the message, like I was saying, the message that I was receiving was that the equinox energy represented the time of the stillness, when Jesus had passed. And now that we're in the Aries season, the fire, the fire from the Holy Spirit consumes him and rose him again, and he was able to raise again. So now we're able to get this energy from Aries and utilize it, align with it, so that we could raise ourselves up out of those seeds that we have planted, raise those seeds up and move towards what it is that we want to accomplish, those desires, move towards those pleasures, move towards the harmony and balance also. So that was like, like the message that I received was more in depth, but I'm trying to make this as short as possible so that you all can get the message and, just keep on moving. So, now, with all of that being said, there's so many different things that you can do to work with this energy, to align with this energy, so that you could also come back to the energy later on during the year if there's something that you are working on, a goal, a project, an intention that you want to come to fruition. You could always, realign with this energy at any time, because energy is not created or destroyed. It's just transferred into different forms, and you can always go to the past, future, present, different dimensions, all kinds of different things, because we're capable of doing everything and anything. So you could do a full moon ritual, you could do a meditation, you could align with the energy of Aries and the full moon, you could align with the energy of fire to keep you moving, because that's what Aries is all about as well. You could work with crystals, you could work with your spirit guides and your spirit team, ascended masters, your guardian angels, your higher self, of course, universal mother, father, goddess, creator. Yeah. um, you could set up a crystal grid. You could work with your candles. You could also do candle magic and work with the flame of the candle. That would be a really, really cool um, full moon ritual to do tonight in the sign of Aries. So I suggest that if you decide on doing a ritual, be really creative with it, and um, just be real creative with it. And that's what Aries is about, just being creative and just being impromptu. Also, if you feel it, do it. And that's what will be good. That's what will be the best thing for this ritual, because that would be directly in alignment with the energy of Aries, fam. So definitely, and you have a couple of days. I am of the feeling and belief that you can work up to 5 days after a full moon. And I think definitely with this full moon, because it is so significant and it ties into a full moon that we had last month, which was a very powerful full moon. So don't limit yourself, don't second guess yourself. Use your intuition, because it is about working with and aligning with your intuition so that you can move towards and act on your desires and pleasures, and having balance within your life, being in harmony within your life in all areas of your life, especially, and I'm happy that this just came to me, especially within harmonizing your masculine and feminine energy, especially doing that. So I hope that this video helped you. I hope that it shed some light. I'm pretty sure it gave you a little more information about, like the messages I receive and how I interpret them and all of this other stuff. And just wanted to connect with you. So I hope that you enjoy, and definitely get out there and do your thing. Do not let anything hold you back from living the life that you deserve and fulfilling all of your desires and your wants and your needs, and being balanced, being in ma'at, living in balance, living in ma'at, harmony, balance, and reciprocity. Remember, that is very, very important, because what you give out, you get back in return more than tenfold. Remember that, fam. I love you. Enjoy.